Why did the laptop go off?
I think Kwame can talk about that. I wish it could have crossed my mind to check the laptop, whether it has charge or not.
Trust but verify. We have seen disasters happening where quality control is not taken seriously.
A team leader needs to keep tabs. You have to inspect what you expect.
Even after you're done with your part as a team player, it's key that you go to every other area.
It's not just about getting things done, it's about getting things done the right way.
Every week, I've been the mind behind the creative part and designs of each and every team that I've been in.
I do have respect for Monica. For her, it's about the competition. It's not about drama. It's about her business.
My biggest competitor, as per now in the competition, I know it's Ron.
I think I'm going to win this competition because I've been a leader before and I know what it takes.
Taking responsibility means people sticking out their necks. Can't have people in their comfort zones, in their shells, in their cocoons thinking, I'm going to win 5 million bob like this. Initiative is responsibility.
Welcome to Blaze Be Your Own Boss, the Grit Edition. This is the show that brings together 12 of Kenya's brightest young entrepreneurs. Each week, we will test them and we will watch as they develop their own business working together with some of Kenya's biggest brands. They will hope to win a package of 5 million Kenya shillings for their businesses and ultimately become the last boss standing. Assessing their progress will be our 3 judges: music mogul King Kaka, media queen Caroline Mutoko, and retail and advertising star Trusha Ketia. For this week's challenge, we head over to JKIA. Welcome the head of marketing and customer experience at Kenya Airways, Jackie Muhati.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Kenya Airways. My name is Jackie. I head marketing and customer experience. Contrary to common belief that aviation is simply about taking people from point A to B, the experience of flying for many is still very rare. So when they fly, it's a unique and exciting time from the moment they start to think about where they want to travel, to when they book the ticket, to when they get through to Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, up to the point at which they disembark and complete their journey. The whole customer journey is very important for any person. Your task this week is to develop and execute a unique customer experience for passengers around the theme of Love KQ and KQ Loves You. You'll be required to develop and execute this in an actual setup at the airport with passengers about to embark on a flight. This experience should be no more than 20 minutes, and the challenge is about reinforcing the Kenya Airways brand, leaving our customers and our guests delighted. Team leaders, step forward. For this week's task, you'll be given 50,000 Kenya shillings to execute the activation. You'll be judged by the passengers' reactions to the team with the most positive responses of I love KQ by passengers. Good luck in executing the challenge.
I feel pretty good about finally being team leader. However, the choice of team members was a bit unsettling, but considering the challenge and after having a few talks with my team members, I think we are good to go.
I think right now it's about personal character. We started at 6, we are down to 3. I said from the word go that I will be the last boss standing. I want to do more than what people do.
Kenya Airways is Africa's leading airline with more African routes than anyone else. Celebrating its 40th anniversary in 2017 and opening direct flights to the States, KQ just keeps on growing. Now, let's head over to find out what Rono expects of his team.
We need to work together. That's what I need to emphasize. Number 2, let's put feelings aside. We'll brush shoulders, but that is not the case for this task. So let's brush shoulders but deliver.
Okay, one thing I can say about Rono, he's a very vocal person, very outgoing. He would want you to really understand his position and respect it. He's like Trump in a way, but the black version, and he's more humane.
As fast as possible, let's go to group name.
So I had this suggestion, Tsunami,
Okay.
or Rangers.
Casey?
For me, I was thinking about Raptors, you know? Yeah.
Raptors, okay.
That's the only name I had in mind.
Okay. Barbara?
Alpha.
Alpha.
But it's my first time working with Rono, so this is a whole new experience. He's this guy. He's that politician. He's that boss. He wants things done in this way, and I love it. Honestly, we feel like tuko na Baba Nani. You just don't go outside without consulting Baba Nani. So it's awesome, and we have a very good enabled leader. I have faith in my leader.
Now, let's meet Team Agile, who this week are a man down.
My first perception of being a team leader of only 2, while the other team had 4 people, was that we were disadvantaged. But coming into deliberations and how we are working as a team, I feel as if it's so much easier for us to agree. It's more closely knit as opposed to a larger group.
No, the normal thing in Akwanga to cultural dances, Maasai actually telling people about Kenya, its heritage. Why don't you do modern?
Contemporary dances.
Yeah, the dancers can have souvenirs, something that is embodied with the KQ.
In regards to dancing, I feel like there's a downside kidogo, especially now that we understand most of the trips taken, the business trips. Monica is doing her thing. She's very composed. She's very strategic. And watching her is actually something that I'm learning.
For every activation, people don't really get the vibe unless they're giveaways. So as part of maybe everything else that we'll be doing, we can have a spin, I don't know, it's called a spin wheel. So at the entrance, we're going to have a small giveaway for each and every person, which will have a small card telling you that KQ loves you and a small traveling hood. Then after that, we're going to welcome you to try out our spinning wheel. I'm pretty confident about this challenge. Our plan is well set. It's detailed like never before.
I will also assign some roles. You, secretarial work, me, communication, budget. You deal with timekeeping.
All through BYOB Season 2, I've never handled finances. And I actually try and run away from finances because I'm not very good at it.
Daisy is a little bit in her comfort zone. I had to allocate her a duty to do the budget because she's never done it before. So I'm going to see how she accounts for every coin, whether she's going to have all the receipts. That's I'm going to see. We need display. And I'm not ready to take funny banners this time around. We've been doing banners, stickers. I think we should develop something new.
Yeah, for display.
Yes.
That is under
what
display.
do you think about cutouts?
You know, for me, I wouldn't go with a cutout for a brand like KQ.
Yeah.
And that's a banner. When you speak about a cutout, how are we going to even make it stand still?
When you have a cutout, it has a stand.
Yeah, there are those that have stands.
How about if we created the love heart here, Kitu, but with something else than a cutout? Because it's again unique customer experience. I wanted a roll-up banner, but Rono was not for it. Because it's KQ, it's an international brand you're placing now there. You just can't have cutouts of love. So the roll-up banner can explain your cutout, and that's what I wanted.
It's a cliche. Everywhere is a banner. Everywhere you get is a banner. Hata harusi, banner. Bwana. That's tiresome.
Every week, our teams are supported by an experienced mentor. This week, it's Play Guru's Wycliffe Waweru.
So part of our strategy is to engage this clientele through music and dance. Barbara is leading that sector, but for the band, we're having a band coming in at 1 p.m. to rehearse with us. The theme is Love KQ, KQ Loves You. So the words are share the love, propelling Kenyan's culture through authentic African music and dance, because that's how we're engaging with these particular people.
So the mentor came and we gave him the first strategy and we told him how we changed the second strategy. He told us it was a good idea, but he needed a way that we can be able to disrupt whatever those guys would be doing, because most of them would be on phones, on calls.
If I were you, I'd actually do a flash mob
of a band. Because a flash mob is more disruptive. I'll be sitting next to someone, then I realize, ala, kumbe they're part of the band. Then I will listen. And flash mob can be you guys. You don't have to be at the KQ stuff. You can actually now theme the flash mob.
He also advised us on the kind of gift that we are supposed to give them. A gift that will last. They are going to use it and use it every time.
Now, over to Team Agile.
We intend all of our activities to be within the waiting bay. We're going to have a freebie for each and every person walking through there. Then after that, we'll invite them to try our spinning wheel. We'll have a tagline where after we've given you the freebie, we'll ask you, would you like some more love from KQ? Then
allow me to disrupt.
Yeah.
I think love is emotive. Sorry. Cinder,
yeah.
It should come from within. You sell an experience for me to feel loved, Cinder, or cared for.
He's here to mentor, to guide. He's guiding us in the direction of make these people feel loved. Who is the love? Yeah? We're giving you goodies and then what?
I think they've understood the challenge from what I picked, from the discussion or from the deliberation, but they just need to tweak it, make it more emotive.
Most of my life has been me, myself, and I. I used to do things because of my own personal interest. Najieka into positions zenye najua zitani affect either way, but I just do them either way, ujua. And then situation tu ikakaa ikanishwa hapana. Easy. Jipende vizuri sasa. Wajua, be you, be real, be confident, be brave. Be there for the people to actually know you. Usiogope mtu yoyote. In my group of equals, we decided, you know what? Let's give each other's animal characters. Most of the time, I operate alone and I move things, but to actually finish it up, I need a pack. And I figured, you guys are my pack. So you know what? I'll be Wolf. They're like, dude. Like, yeah, and they started like that. And they actually, wakasema, it fits in with you. Actually, and I liked it. If there are people out there who actually are like me, see me right now, and they want to relate with me, I'd gladly have a sit down with them and just listen to how they express themselves, and sometimes letting out just feels good. It is important being in BYOB, and it will change everything. It's like a complete turnaround of my life.
Most of the times we tend to push what we want into the customer. We tend to talk more than we listen. But if you listen more, that's where the wisdom comes from. Because your whole campaign will be targeted towards their needs, not towards your desire. And you see, by actualizing their needs, you'll actualize your desire.
Yes, honestly, I'm so excited to be singing, and considering I'm not going to be contained, then it's me and Filanga free. I'm going to be all over the place. I can't wait to dance already and feel so good and dancing like we don't care. Yes, I can't wait. We can try some cool moves. As a group, kiamka hapo mob flash. You don't feel me?
Oh, no, this is not happening.
We're dancing.
Okay. These guys want me to dance. Oh, I'm going to do. I don't know. I'm just going to try.
Go. Oh my God. Rono is dancing as if analima shamba. For crying out loud, that was salsa.
It took me 2 days to learn how to swim. So it will take me 5 hours to learn how to dance, and I will do it.
The challenge is all about creativity, generally, looking at it in just layman's language. This is actually my comfort. Technology, though, is not my thing. I'll be going to Westlands today to meet the VR people, and I'll be learning something new, something I never thought would actually be applied in everything in general. So partly it is my comfort zone because it's all about creativity. Partly it's out of my comfort zone because I won't be doing the same old things that I normally do.
When you have this on, it'll allow guys to view what you're watching. So as you turn, people see all your movements. So it'll allow the crowd to interact and see what you're seeing in real time,
In real time.
Yeah.
This is the most cooperative I've ever seen him. I think, because this is the second time I'm working with him. The first time, he was all over the place. But this time he's a little bit centered. Supporting his idea makes him go all the way out.
So the experience is so interesting. Najipata nazunguka 360 nikiwa nimevaa glasses, one position I feel like I'm on top of the tallest building in the world. Good experience by the way.
Meanwhile, It's 2 p.m. and Alpha's band are a no-show.
So we sat down, we brainstormed. I came up with the idea of having dancers on board. And Daisy came up with the band people. She even looked out for the band. The band was to be here by 1. She confirmed all the details. She gave us the number to keep on track, calling them. So we called the bands. 20 minutes before 1:30, they said they were gonna be here in the next 10. Apparently, they just went missing in action on my life. Daisy, Tim Kona numbers at the contact person from KQ. Make that phone call and ask.
I can do that. Let me just do that.
Okay,
but I'll do that, then I talk to you. Yesterday, I assigned roles. Barbara, I told her to keep timekeeping. If the band were to be here on time, she was concerned with the time. She should have been concerned with the time.
Yes, I was assigned the role of keeping time, but it was I keeping time in our group, not I making the band to come on time. Band, where are you? Oh my God! Now, since we are already our own one-man guitar and cheerleader, I really have to come up with something else to save my team, because I know my leader is tired and bored and probably angry at me.
I am very angry, but I take it as a strength, because if I'll be able to win this, then I'll have proven to myself that no matter the situation, we can always wake up again, we can always rise again.
It's been awesome getting to know Malkia. She's this one dramatic person in life. Goodness.
Why? I didn't know.
Facial expression ziko sijui over 100%.
The first time I met Malkia, I thought, this is crazy, this is weird.
Yeah! That's Malkia when she's happy, baby.
When you have crossed the line with her, you just do like this.
Whether she's happy, whether she's sad, it's all extra.
With Malkia, you always have to be aware. Anything can happen with Malkia. She wants to tell you there's a mosquito, she can slap you fast. Manze mosquito ingekuuma.
I feel like, you know what? Live your life, mama. Be you. Yeah.
It's Team Agile up first. What will they be doing to the passengers, and will they have enough freebies?
With the initial deliberation, we had decided to budget for 50 people. But when we got to town, the prices were a bit crazy. So we took it down to about 27. Then we get there and the people were around 30 to 35.
We had not anticipated this big crowd. We had the freebies that we were giving to every passenger mwenye ana come through. But sasa freebies ziliisha, tukabaki sasa na za spin the wheel. So at least spin the wheel ili cover up for that department, ili saidia that side.
We had agreed, after the mannequin gives the gift bag, they direct it to me, and then from there, somebody will choose whether to do the spinning wheel or go to the photography or go to the VR. Lo and behold, guys are queuing, and I'm like, this queue is not favoring me. We only have 20 minutes to present. So Monica came and actually talked to the other guys, like, you don't have to start with the spinning wheel. You could start and then come back to the spinning wheel.
We'd invite you to take group shots or shots alone with our mannequin, then sign up and we'll send it directly to your email as we wait for the other things to decongest. Sawa sawa. Yeah, just come. And that worked out pretty great for us. By the end of the 20 minutes, I think only 2 people had not participated in the spinning wheel, which was a really good thing.
The camera that we're working with, Monica isn't too conversant with it. Like, yes, she gets the concept, but bado iko inamwingia, alikuwa anatoa unclear images. So we had to switch roles. Like, we kept on switching roles. You take the camera, you do the VR. Okay, you good? VR imelemea kiasi. Please come this way. Sawa. So the team was working well.
There's a small white thing that moves across the videos. Then you just tap when it's at the play button. Feel free to move around your head. Yes.
Guys weren't really understanding the VR experience. So it hit me, yo, you actually need to tell people what exactly you're doing. So if you haven't tried it, we are over here. And like, you get to see the aquarium, you get to see desert rides, you actually get to see so many beautiful things about Dubai that none of you ever knew. After that, people started getting curious. For the few who tried it, they really loved it. I could see positive feedback from them.
I felt good about my job. I felt good about my team because
We actually did everything we planned to do.
I loved the giveaways. Whatever they gave is okay. The capes, the t-shirts, that was good. But that's about it. I don't remember anyone talking to me. I didn't feel cared for. I just thought there was a lot of activity. The idea is creative, yes. However, it would only work for delayed flights. The ideas are just too expensive, not sustainable.
Now it's time for Team Alpha.
When we were doing the setup, I knew things may go wrong, but I was just hopeful because if I had shown tension, then I knew my group members would not trust me. I just had to keep calm and let things flow.
I was trying to have a picture of how the whole thing is going to run. Now that it's a whole new strategy again, planned in the last minute. To be honest, I was so nervous. Yeah. Hey, we're putting on me have an hour. Hey.
As soon as Barbara started singing, I was like, okay, this is working. And I got relieved. That is when now I got into the moment.
Thank you so much for traveling.
Yeah. Rono came and psyched the whole thing up, made sure guys were standing up and dancing to the whole music and even the gifting. So I think for me that was the pitch of the whole presentation.
My dancing is based on traditional dances, that is folk song dances. I only thank God that it worked because there was nothing else we could do more than that, especially after we hit the wall, we had to wake up again.
The role in the activation has become the air hostess, engage people, be courteous, provide an ambience of hospitality, making everybody feel in place, especially with Kenya Airways.
What I feel is that I'm taking the most crucial part of the experience we're looking forward to selling. So should I fail, I fail my group. So today I just can't spot no Muslim here, so I believe we all know God. By show of hands. Bwana asifiwe. Asifiwe tena. So I found a man to whom I need not to wear any sort of makeup or designer perfume.
We told her to talk about 3 things: love, love, and love. But I think she exploded when she started doing the spoken word.
Considering the policy against spirituality and politics, I think Barbara should have done enough research to know whether it would be fitting to the audience.
I had asked, and before I asked, I observed I didn't see no one in a hijab, and I didn't spot a Muslim in the crowd. And when I asked, by assurance of hands, I got positive feedback. They were Christians. That was a go-ahead to me.
They managed to capture our brand essence. They were truly warm, caring, they're truly African. You know, they gave us little giveaways. The Maasai shuka, actually it's something I think we could adopt. However, they touched on religion. Now at KQ, we love everyone. We don't take sides. We don't touch religion, no politics. So that's the only bit they needed to have done a bit of homework. Yeah, but overall, fantastic job.
Hezekia Njuguna political analyst here, na leo tunamulika date ya Barbara na Rono, date kubwa kuliko kalenda. Sasa leo, she was excited watakuwa kiongelea chia seeds, viazi, tropical climate. Anyway, you get the point still. Now, date ilikuwa inaenda vizuri until when Barbara aliitisha dance kutoka kwa Rono. Woi. Hiki kimutu ile kukatika kinajua ni kukatika ya maji ama stima. Kudance ni wewe. Anyway, mwanaume ni kujichocha. When you don't know how to dance, men always confuse the enemy with a smile. Hii kurukaruka Rono anarukaruka ni kurukaruka hii inakaa hiki kimdu kinaweza ruka msichana mbele ya watu. Hii ilikuwa inafaa kuwa sasa. Angalia sasa imekuwa odi, sijui bazo kiso, mua boko. Anyway, yote aliachia Mungu.
So, I really have to ask, how are you really? I'm mostly okay, trying to cope with what is coming and looking forward to the rest of the competition.
I did notice on some of the challenges that I had to call you out. And I only heard and saw what you were all about when we did the insurance challenge. And I want to ask you, why did it have to come to that challenge? Did the other challenges not excite you?
In the event that I try to come out, it really does intimidate a lot of people. So I've had the tendency to take a step back and observe things first, then I can come out. So that to kind of give other people a chance, because I've had a lot of instances when I go out and people just shrink back.
I'm going to ask you to find a way to stop doing that. Number one, you do no one any favors by constantly being small. And I think it was written by a totally different person. It seems to be accredited to Nelson Mandela. It says you do nothing and no one any favors when you hide your light. You might have the solution we're looking for to something important. All you gotta do is start believing in you, and to believe in yourself, you're gonna have to learn to listen to yourself. So what's the point of you hiding when you've got power that we all need? You don't serve us, you don't serve yourself, and you don't serve your God. So you decide who it is you're doing any favors to when you don't go out of your way.
Task done. Our teams head over to the studio to meet the judges.
Good evening. You're well? Fantastic. I'll allow TK to take us through this week's challenge.
I always believe we leave people with memories. And you were to come up with a unique way of getting them to experience the KQ brand. Under the umbrella, love KQ, KQ loves you. So let's see how that went.
Now, our mentor this week was Wycliffe Oweru, and he's from Play Guru, and he joins us on the show. Welcome.
Thank you.
And I will be referring to you as we go through the challenge as it went. So, Team Agile, I want to know, just briefly, what did you do and why did you do it?
For our strategy, we were going to have 3 stations. One of the stations was going to be a spinning wheel where you'd win KQ branded products. Why we decided to go with the spinning wheel is we realized there's a value that people attach to very small items, that you give somebody a shuka on a plane and they keep it for a very long time and have an emotional connection with it. And that's why we decided to have a spinning wheel on board. We also had a photography session. We had a cutout that was branded Kenya Airways and that KQ loves you, where we could take photos and send them instantly to you on your email or on your mobile phone. Then our last section was the VR section. So we were trying to incorporate technology in our strategy. So we chose our simulated flight to be a direct flight to Dubai. So in that section, we were going to take you to Dubai before you actually get to Dubai. So we'd show you some, on a 360 view, some of the sites that are in Dubai, just to make you have a feel of what you are going to expect and to reduce the boring waiting time on a waiting bay before you board your plane.
Team Alpha, what did you do with your challenge and why?
We decided to do a different thing of bringing a band and have a live performance and have Barbara perform so that we can disrupt, have a flash mob. A day before the actual execution, we had a problem because our plan didn't go through. So we had to think very fast and to do ourselves a flash mob. We also had cutouts for love that was to be used to take photos. I branded myself as a cultural dancer. We had Barbara as a singer, and we had, it's called Jeff as a captain, and we had Daisy as air hostess. So we put the plan in place overnight, actually before the execution day. And then when it came to execution, we actually did it, and we found that they responded well, the customers responded well. So if we had a chance to do more, we would have done more, but we did it in 12 hours.
Karanja, I've not heard from you, and I do like your style. However, speak, my friend.
Based on how I was looking at it, we actually had a very big distract at the very start of the line. We had
the line for what? VR,
yes,
spin the
just
wheel,
to go
which
into,
one?
we had the spin the wheel, and we had the gift bay. So one of the things that we did was actually give freebies, give goodies to the people when they're coming into the waiting bay.
Okay.
And the goodies were being offered by a human mannequin, all right? So it would stop them immediately, and they're like, you know what, you come in and wow, you're giving me something free? And then you have to queue, you have freebies already, and you're being offered something new, another chance to win something better, like a comforter or something else. And then after that, they come in through now to the VR. The VR was interesting, but we had limited gadgets. That was one of the biggest hurdles that we actually could, we had limited gadgets. But it was unavoidable circumstance.
But of your 3 activities, spinning the wheel attracted the most attention.
Mostly because people are actually curious in getting, people love luck.
Yes.
do you believe that you delivered?
Honestly, not 100%. After the first deliberation, I said no. It's too obvious. The second one, after being let down, we had to do it in 12 hours, but it was not the actual thing because I'm also a traveler. But we made it, the reception was okay, but I'm not 100% that we delivered.
Okay.
Yes, I feel that we did deliver because on the spinning wheel, people were actually queuing because they wanted to spin the wheel. And they were so open about it, they would queue and say, I'll wait for my turn. And apart from that, giving the VR experience where you actually get to experience where you're going, because in the VR, we were giving you tourist destinations. At 8 to 9, you could actually be at a certain place doing something. We were giving you an experience you're yet to experience. That, to me, felt like we did deliver and everybody did their part.
You know, when I hear all these things, guys, and we're in our 5th episode, it's like you guys are not listening to what we've been talking about. You were given great budgets and you had to express creativity. And yet we end up reverting back to human mannequins, which rings similar to the Bata challenge. You've got cutouts. Dancers. How many times have you had mascots dancing, Barbara in costumes? As in, guys, you did Minnie Mouse. No. Now you're doing Masais. But innovate. It is the same thing, isn't it? Let's do results, please.
Let's do results. So, you were evaluated on the basis of a combination of ideas, creative execution, and whether the audience felt more loving towards Kenya Airways as a result. Your audience were the judges, the customers in the waiting lounge. So, Team Alpha, you combined a score 29 out of 50. Team Agile, your combined score out of 50 was 29. So for the first time in BYOB, we have a tie. From our perspective as judges, I think you already know, massively underwhelmed. Clearly nobody's thinking. It's not fatigue, because I know when you guys are tired and you're not. You're playing safe. You're doing that thing of, if I really, really don't rock the boat, I'll be fine and nobody will notice me, therefore I don't get to go home. It doesn't work like that here or in the real world. Wycliffe, do you want to say something about the way this was handled?
Yes, I have my sentiments with reservations. As for their team, Alpha, I'd give them an upper hand for one reason. You executed as a team, the flash mob idea. You realized you don't have to get people from outside. When they bailed out on you, you took up the responsibility and actually theming it. One of you was a captain, a hostess, the likes. That was creative, because at the very least, you're blending into the passengers. On them, thinking outside the box, your risk appetite. I'd give you a plus for that one, because VR was a bit not cliche, which is a plus, but it also pays to do what you call, is it flow management, or because these people are coming in through one direction, so it pays to know how to split them. But either way, synergy was high here and risk was high on the left side.
This was an international flight we were dealing with?
For us, it was local, headed to Kigali.
And yourselves?
Dubai.
To Dubai. Why were we praying and why did we have a Christian prayer?
I can talk on that. We had this segment whereby after John did his speech and I had already done something, we needed someone to save the day. So I performed a poem, and it was Christian poem, and the last bit was merged with KQ. But before I did so, I observed to the crowd and I saw there was no Muslim, there was no Hindi, and I asked them by assurance of hand if they're comfortable having a Christian piece, and they all raised their hands. So
what are they supposed to say? And the mentor is shaking his head. Why is that? There were non-Christians on the flight?
There were two Christians. There were two Muslims.
There were two Muslims.
Yeah, and they were right
behind to be corrected, yes.
When we'll see it, they were right behind.
Barbara, did you do your research on the values of KQ?
We had a research department, which I was not heading. So mine was just to come up with the creative bit, because because the research department was supposed to give me everything I need to know, so that when I'm
headed by who?
John.
John.
Yeah.
When Barbara brought out the issue of religion to the point of execution, hadn't you been on the forefront?
Before the execution,
I had clearly asked that we have a script that we can follow to. She presented the idea on spirituality, but my feeling was well brought out to the team that this would not be comfortable. So I told everyone, we need a script, and she assured us, I got this. If you ask everyone,
she said she would do it and she would internalize it. So she didn't give us the script.
Great companies, great people don't use messages of politics, race, gender, religion. You don't bring that into the mix. You don't. We respect all of it equally, but you don't bring these things into a business.
As much as we have a tie this week, I feel like we are still not delivering as teams. So I would request each and every one of you to step forward.
There are people who stood out that are to send back, and then we'll remain with those we believe need to truly make their case to stay on Blaze BYOB. Rono, you get to stay. You maintained your calm, but you took the bullet for everything. So you can step back and take your seat.
JFK, what we realize is when even things were not going okay on your side and Rono was obviously out there taking the bullet, you were a great support system for your leader. You're safe.
Karanja, Karanja, Karanja. As much as we came here with different strengths, you should leave the show kama umeacquire new strength. And the fact that you listened, you stepped out of your comfort zone. Poor Buddha.
Monica, you came through for your team, you picked up the slack where you had to. And actually, the client commended you on it. We gave you a chance to lead this particular week and this challenge to see what you're made of. And you have some grit, so you get to stay. When I look at the execution of the challenge, the input of these particular 3 individuals, I think we are at the right point. So literally, it will be down to them to tell us why they should stay. Could you please step forward into the white circle? And I want to hear from each and every one of you in 1 minute only why you should stay. I'll start with Malkia.
I believe I should stay because I have a goal and I'm working towards it. And I'm learning. The knowledge I get from here, the mentorship I get from here is a big deal because it will help me be the person that I want to be, my own boss.
Daisy, why?
I heard you last week when you said I'm in my comfort zone and that I'm trying to do roles in PR and marketing. That for me was a lesson. It was a great wake-up call. So this week in this challenge, I actually took up financial roles. I was in charge of the finance and logistics. Other than that, I'm having mentors right here. I'm learning each and every single day. I'm becoming a better person because for me, this is a learning curve. So I'm in a school and I'm trying to become a better individual, which I'm grateful for.
Barbara, why?
First, because I am better than I was. And I'm able now to see my vision clearly, and I'm getting strength, first as an individual, secondly as an entrepreneur through the task we've been having, and through this, I'm going to be my own boss.
If you please step out, we'll need to make a decision.
Arguments over. It's time for the judge's decision.
In my business, we like to say that you're only as good as your last show, even your last act. So, Malkia, at Blaze BYOB, you're as good as your last challenge. The minute one challenge is over, you reach back inside and you pull everything you got and you prove it again. TK.
I told you guys, continue keeping your heads up. But my problem is, I think, most of you, this time, we fell to deaf ears. It's like the praise went and blocked people's listening ability. Kaka.
Malkia, we are here now, and we believe you're very strong. You making decisions and working with the team. Sitaki kukuona hapa tena.
Daisy, I completely agreed with you saying that I challenged you last week. So I appreciate that this week you took on something that you feel is your biggest area of improvement. I respect that, and I give it to you. But that marketing textbook of yours that you have in your back pocket, I want you to throw it. This was your field. And if you honestly just keep going back to T-shirts and banners, that is not cutting edge. That's not disruptive enough. So I'm saying, I want you to write your own story and stop reciting other people's written ones. Now, you are safe, but you're also going to be the team leader in the next one. Since you challenged me and said, I want to show that I can be out of my comfort zone, you're the team leader again, and you have no idea what next week's challenge is about. Welcome to the zone.
Thank you.
Barbara, my Barbara, we talked one-on-one. Tell you what I like about you. You're strong, and you're great for camera, and the audiences love you. You're articulate, you're daring. But since we spoke last week, you haven't learned how to play nice. And I told you, play nice. It's important because we wouldn't have ended up in the position we're in with you reciting a Christian poem for an international airline. And worse still, telling your teammates, I got this. You understand that there's a game here and you play the game. But King Kaka has a concern.
Barbara, as much as you think this is a game, and you're playing that game, just know you just played yourself. And for that reason, this is the end of the road.
Thank you so much.
You'll not leave empty-handed. You leave with the 90,000 Kenyan shillings in cash and 50,000 in business support from BYOB Blaze by Safaricom. All the best.
Okay. Thank you.
Daisy, can I start with you? Your team members are Monica and John Kennedy.
Karanja, mtu wangu, uko poa?
Kofiti, man.
Nimebambika sana na what you did this week. And this week you're team leader. So Jonah natakuwa with you. That's Rono and Malkia.
Good luck and well done for coming this far. Good night.
When people are agitated and are pushed to the corners, we are definitely coming up with new ideas.
Throughout my journey in Blaze Beyond Boss, I've learned about resilience, consistency, key lessons in branding that goes beyond the normal things which other people do.
We should take appraisal for you to do the next big thing, because now it means you've conquered this land. You need to move to the next one.
I have no regrets. I brought who I am on board. Throughout my entire journey in Blaze Beyond Boss, I regret nothing. Matter of fact, I'm just grateful.
Most people who play basically are breaking rules. I'm not saying breaking rules is bad, but if you're breaking rules for the better and advancement, then most definitely do it. If you're playing games so that you get into shortcuts, that's why it's called a shortcut. If you play games now, it will definitely catch on.
Don't forget, you can join up on any of our social media channels. Shake your phone and you will see the BYOB Season 2 contestants. Click to vote for your favorite contestant and you'll receive a confirmation message.